Hey everybody, DeHubs here. As many of you know, the Nintendo Switch has been a port machine. Sometimes it seems like Nintendo is relying on those ports, however. Perhaps that has never been more noticeable than in this year, 2020. Nintendo fans have seemingly rioted in droves by the lack of stellar AAA titles barely trickling out this year. You can kind of see why Switch owners have not been very happy. For me, 2020 has been very solid. Sure, it's nothing spectacular, but with Spongebob Battle for Bikini Bottom and Paper Mario Origami King, I've been enjoying my Switch over the summer. I still have Ari and the Secret of Seasons and Pikmin 3 Deluxe to look forward to. That's to say nothing of games I did not even pick up, such as Animal Crossing. Yet, when you look at Nintendo's big holiday season, all we have is a port of Pikmin 3. Not great, but not bad on its own. Nothing is in a vacuum, however. Nintendo fans ran with every rumor and leak to come out over the last 12 months. That means fans are still anxiously awaiting the Breath of the Wild 2 release date and the official announcements for the Mario 3D games, just to name a few. You can see how fans view a $60 port of an existing game as, well, just underwhelming. However, ports are not the big, evil concept many consumers are trying to make them out to be. Let's start by saying that if Nintendo's big holiday title is Pikmin 3, honestly, I will feel underwhelmed, but that's completely okay. I mean, many gamers do not have endless amounts of income to just throw at video games. Nintendo does not need 3 AAA titles in November and December to have a good holiday season. By the end of the year, I'll most likely have bought the 4 aforementioned games, Ari, Paper Mario, SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, and Pikmin 3 Deluxe. That's a good year in my opinion. However, I think for the general public to count Nintendo's holiday season as a success, Nintendo needs one AAA title that is not a port. Realistically, I think all Nintendo might still have in the chamber would be a port of Super Mario 3D World, which brings us back to Wii U ports. There's 2 reasons that I think this is okay. The first one, and you've all heard this a million times, no one bought the Wii U, except me, but remember, the Wii U sold like 13 million units worldwide. Switch has already sold over 50 million units, meaning virtually no one played Pikmin 3. The second reason is a bit more controversial. Nintendo always ports games over with bonus features. Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze released with a new Funky Kong mode, Xenoblade Chronicles re-released on Switch with more story content, even Pikmin 3 Deluxe is re-releasing with all DLC and bonus Olimar missions. Not to mention, every game getting re-released on Switch has an added feature. It is mobile. That cannot be understated. You'll now be able to play Pikmin 3 on the go. Jessica and I can play Pikmin Bingo while we're waiting on our next class to start. That is just huge. Now, why did I mention a controversy? I saw a video ripping Nintendo for taking down Wii U digital versions of Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze and Pikmin 3 from the Wii U eShop, then selling the Switch versions for $60. Personally, I'm not sure how I feel about it. I understand that it could be viewed as a sketchy business practice. I don't feel like Tropical Freeze added enough content to upgrade for the full $60, so I skipped it. I could see people taking issue with the way Nintendo released it. Now, with Pikmin 3, Jessica loved Pikmin 3 on the Wii U. She never got to beat it, however, because I was glued to the Wii U during the Wii U's lifespan. However, she loves portable gaming. She loves the Switch, the 3DS, and the PS Vita. So, if she gets it on Switch, she probably won't ever stop playing it. $60 probably doesn't seem that bad in her eyes for the game, the bonus content, and the portability when Pikmin 3 Deluxe comes out in October. So if you already own the game on their former systems, it's really up to you how much the bonus content adds in your eyes. Ports often carry a console when it first launches. PS4 coasted its first year with remasters of GTA 5 and The Last of Us, while Xbox One's big title was Halo the Master Chief Edition. That is nothing uncommon. However, the Switch is in its 3rd year now. Having your big holiday title, remember, as we know of right now, being a port is so flat when Sony and Microsoft are pitching the next generation of gaming. But the theory is that Nintendo was just not prepared for COVID and the restrictions thereafter. Now, it is a little jarring that the biggest video game company in the world could be so blindsided by this, but it might just be a product of the old man philosophy we know Nintendo clings to. So, I look at these ports as a necessary evil. Nintendo clearly has a robust lineup coming down the pipeline if you believe all the leaks and rumors. My thought then becomes, wow, 2021 is going to be a crazy year. 2021 could host 3D Mario remakes, Breath of the Wild 2, the next mainline Kirby game, F-Zero returning, Mario Kart 9, and Pikmin 4. And those are just the ones that we kinda, sorta know about a little bit. So if Nintendo needs to use ports as a buffer while the world begins to fix itself, I'm okay with that. And if you aren't, that's fine too. However, I would say don't jump ship yet. I see a lot of people saying the Switch is overrated, it's just a port machine, it's just a rehash, remake, waste of a console with nothing good on it. However, remember, Breath of the Wild 2 will be the biggest thing in 2021, in gaming, of course, if it is able to squeeze into the calendar year. I also hear people degrading Nintendo fans because all Nintendo fans want are remakes and they get excited or content about ports such as Pikmin 3 Deluxe. Here's the thing. We love our Nintendo games. Everyone wants Ocarina of Time on Switch because the game is timeless. We want the younger generation to experience it. We want traditional Xbox and Sony fans who picked up the Switch for casual gaming to experience these titles. We are just proud and nostalgic about our games, and we want everyone to experience them. The Switch is selling like hotcakes with literally no sign of stopping. Nintendo would be wise to keep pumping out ports, quite frankly, as long as we keep getting fresh IPs like Splatoon and Astral Chain and new games such as Odyssey and Breath of the Wild. The second reason being to get these games HD-ified. Spyro getting an HD remake trilogy and Battle for Bikini Bottom getting HD-ified are some of the best games I've played. While Destroy All Humans got a remake on the Xbox One, and it's amazing. Simply put, as long as they're adding new content, updating the gameplay and controls, and improving the graphics, I'm all for these ports. Quite frankly, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker, and Twilight Princess coming to the Switch would excite me to literally no end. If Nintendo ported over Super Mario Sunshine with more friendly FLUDD controls, that would be a dream come true. I'm not saying they can, but FLUDD has inhibited me from enjoying Sunshine. So if they were to rectify that problem, Sunshine could shoot up to being one of my favorite games. So in defense of Nintendo ports, these ports have not stopped Nintendo from releasing new games. Super Mario Odyssey, Splatoon 2, Breath of the Wild, Kirby, Yoshi, Smash Brothers, Astral Chains, Pokemon Snap, Bayonetta, if you'll allow me to count it. All have had sequels or bursts on the Switch, and that's just to name a few. I mean, you could keep going with stuff like Xenoblade, Tokyo Mirage Sessions, all being new IPs or sequels that have come out here recently. Nintendo is also adding content, rarely just shoveling out the same game with nothing added. Many of these games were released on systems that sold poorly, meaning no one ever experienced these games in the first place. Ports are normally a win-win. Sure, there's people like us who buy every first-party Nintendo game, so when we see a port of a game we already spent $60 on and they're wanting another $60, we get, defensive or upset. But you have to remember, we make up such a small percentage of the market compared to casuals who maybe didn't buy the game on the Wii U or didn't buy the game on the GameCube. Heck, maybe didn't even buy it on the Wii, a console that did sell well. These ports will help Nintendo while also allowing a brand new generation to enjoy these games for the first time. You have to remember how many children, grandparents, Sony fans, and Microsoft fans are buying their first Nintendo console, or maybe their second. Maybe they had a Wii, but maybe or they haven't played a Nintendo console since the N64 or GameCube. They moved to the PS2 or the Xbox or whatnot, and now they're back or here for the first time with the Switch. So it's truly a great thing. So I defend Nintendo porting over titles, and if these games just do not appeal to me, I skip them. I don't make a big deal about it. Like it's good that Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze is here. It's good that Pikmin 3 is here, because at the end of the day, Nintendo is still putting out new games. Nintendo's 2021 will probably be killer, assuming they are able to get back to normal and prepare for the future. So keep an eye on Nintendo and don't jump ship just yet. But let me know, what do you guys think about Nintendo Switch ports? I do not work in the gaming industry, nor am I an insider. So I could be completely off base here. These are just my opinions based off the public information and perceptions that we have. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you all have a great day. Let me know what you guys think down below. Are you excited for Pikmin 3? And what do you hope is the big holiday game? I think it's going to be Super Mario 3D World, but I think it'd be really cool if they snuck something like Odyssey 2 or Breath of the Wild 2 out. I don't hold my breath. I personally, I think it's going to be Mario 3D World. But let me know down below what you guys think, because surely it isn't just Pikmin, right? But either way, have a great day.